We've looked at using Wendy's way to factorize trinomials, and that's worked well. It's given us the answer, but it is a bit time consuming, and it's not really necessary to go through all these processes and steps to get our final answer when we're asked to factorize a simple trinomial where maybe the coefficient of x squared is just 1. Okay, now all we need to really do is use our eyes and our common sense and just anticipate what our answer should be. Now, whenever you're asked to factorize a trinomial, you know that you're going to end up with a double bracket. Now, the first position in each bracket is going to be filled with whatever it is that would give you the first term. So in this case, it's just going to be x, because x times x is x squared. Now, our factor pairs of 9 are going to go here and here. Now, your choice is either 1 and 9 or 3 and 3. Now, you want to make this middle term of negative 8x. So the obvious choice is you're going to use 1 and 9. Now, it doesn't matter in which bracket you put the 1 or in which bracket you put the 9. It doesn't matter. Now, you've all heard of using FOIL for multiplying out brackets. And all we're doing here is the opposite of multiplying out brackets. Okay? Now, I want you to forget about the F and forget about the L. So what we're looking at isn't FOIL, but OI. And this is what's going to help us determine what our signs ought to be. So, if we think of the outsides, if you want to make negative 8x, you need to have negative 9x. So therefore that sign, that symbol, that sign has to be negative. Okay? And if you want to think of the insides to give you 1x, you want positive 1x because negative 9x and positive 1x combine to give you negative 8x. That's all we're doing. Okay? So let's have a look at the next question. Okay? Again, you're going to end up with a double bracket. X times x is going to give you x squared. Now, factors of 48. Now, think about it. You could have 2 times 24. You could have 4 times 12. You could have 3 times 16. Now, 4 times 12, that sounds as if it would be quite good. So let's put in the 4 and the 12. Now, again, think of OI, outsides, and insides. Now, you want positive 14x. So, you need positive 12x, and you need positive 4x. Okay? Now, see before you even do anything, if you look at the last term, okay? If this is negative, then you know your signs are going to be different, and that's what we have. If this is positive, then you know your signs are going to be the same, okay? Same signs, when you multiply, positive answer. Okay, so that's just a wee thing to bear in mind. Now let's look at the next one, okay? Again, open up your double bracket. So you're going to have x times x, because they give you x squared. Factors of 21, 1 and 21, 7 and 3. 7 and 3 is what we want, because 7 minus 3 is 4. And your focus is to be on this middle term. Again, think of the outsides, think of the insides. What do you want? You want positive 7x. So that has to be positive. And you want to take away 3x, so this has to be negative. So positive 7x, negative 3x combine to give you positive 4x. Okay? And if you're ever in doubt, all you need to do is use FOIL, multiply out the brackets, and you should end up back where you started. Okay? Let's look at this one. Again, open up your double bracket. X times x gives you x squared. Factors of 60. What are we going to choose? 1 and 60, 5 and 12, 6 and 10? Well, 6 and 10 looks good to me because you want to make negative 16x. Okay? Now, remember what we said? Positive 60 at the end, so we're expecting either both of these to be negative or both of these to be positive. Now, you want negative 16x. So, the outsides and the insides, you want negative 10x, and then you want negative 6x, because together, if you take away 6x, then take away 10x, you've taken away 16x, all in all. Okay? And the final question. We're factorizing here. So x times x gives us x squared. What about the factors of 24? What can we put in these two positions? 2 and 12, 4 and 6, 3 and 8. 3 and 8 is what you want because you want to make 11x. Okay, think about your outsides and your insides, your oi, outsides, insides, and we are wanting positive 11x, so you want positive 8x and you want positive 3x. Okay, so that's all you need to do really for simple trinomials. You don't need to go down the route of Wendy's way unless you've maybe got a more complex coefficient of x squared or y squared or whatever the letter is, and you can if you want, but it's going to take you more time. So this might just save you a wee bit of time, which is always a good thing. Okay, now here's 5 questions for yourselves. So if you want to pause the video, you can attempt these yourselves, and then you can check back and see how you got on. Okay, so we know each of our answers are going to involve double brackets. So you guys try yourselves, see how you get on, and check back. Okay? All right. So we're going to have x and x. We're going to have x and x, x and x, and we'll just fill all that in just now to save us having to do it again and again and again. Okay? Now, factors of 56. Well, 7 eighths are 56, and remember, all this means is plus 1x. Okay? So you're trying to make plus 1. So 7 eighths are 56, 8 minus 7 is 1, so that's all good. Okay? We're going to use 8 and 7. Again, think of your outsides and your insides. If you want positive 1x, then you want positive 8x, and you want negative 7x. And that's you done. Factors of 45, you could have 1 and 45, 3 and 15, 9 and 5. Now you want negative 4x. So 9 minus 5 is 4, so that's what you want. Now, think of your outsides and your insides. Now you want negative 4x, so you need negative 9x, and you need positive 5x. Okay, and that's you done. Look at this one. Factors of 16. What have we got? We could have 1 and 16, 4 times 4, 8 times 2. You want to make 10x, so 8 and 2, that's what you want. Now you want positive 10x, so you want positive 8x and positive 2x. Okay? And for the last couple, let's see, we have factors of 18. You could have 1 times 18, 3 times 6, 2 times 9. What do you want? You want to make negative 9x, so 3 times 6, because 3 and 6 make 9. Think of your outsides. You want negative 9x, so you want negative 6. Think of your insides. You want negative 3x. Okay? And again, like we mentioned before, positive last term, same signs. Positive last term, same signs. Negative last term, different signs. Okay? So, let's do the last one. Factors of 20, 4 and 5, no use. 2 and 10, that looks a bit better because 10 minus 2 is 8. Now you want negative 8x. So you'd need negative 10x. Okay, so your outsides would be negative 10x, your insides positive 2x. Okay, so that's how you would factorize simple trinomials, just using your eyes and your common sense, and it saves you an awful lot of time. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and hope you bear that in mind.